Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So it's Friday Freebie Day. Now this is number 101. So I thought today we would make a little tiny book. Just a little mini book. Well, I've got two on here actually. These are the pages and these are the covers. Now I saw some sort of like paint swatches that you get, and I loved them, and I thought, what can I do with sort of like that sort of idea? So I thought I'd make it into some like little pages and make them into little books. So they're not too different colours, but they do look really nice. And then we've got two little end pages, and they're really simple, and we all like little mini things, don't we? And these are sort of like try to do it as simply as I can. So I'm going to show you what they look like. Let me pop these to the side. So I have made a few here and I just love them. So we've got three little green ones there and three little purple ones. So of course I had to pop a little butterfly on here, and that says joy. I've just used some of my sort of like embellishments on here. Some of them I have actually printed off 2 pages to 1 page, and that sort of like reduces the size so that they fitted on here. Well, I didn't actually print them for that, I had them already, but I do, to make them smaller, print 2 pages to 1 page. And that's what I've done with these little ones as well, and I just love them. So look, they got little, you got 3 little pages in there like that, and you've got the little end pages. They are so simple, and they're really sort of small, so you can just pop them into a little pocket, into your little journal. You can pop a little hole on here and make them into a little dingly dangly, anything you want to do with them. But I just love them. I just thought you can do a little bit of writing in there. Of this one, I just popped some little lines in there, just like that, just inked some lines, and I just love them. This one says stay true. This is one of my words and phrases. What have I got here, which is like this, and all as I did, I cut off these bits, so the end bits, and then just stuck that on because obviously it was too big, and I just fussy cut the little flowers from the end, so then you've got 2 little tiny fussy cuts just to stick on the top and the bottom there, and I thought that was really lovely. So I'm just loving them. Oh, and I sandwiched in some cheesecloth. So as you were sticking this on, I've just sandwiched cheesecloth in between, so that makes it look pretty. So that's the little purple ones. Little bit of that nice scrunchy cheesecloth on there, and this is one that says the true rich are those who enjoy what they have, which is true, isn't it? And look, don't you think they just look lovely and so simple to do? There's that one, and then we've got crab apple, so these just go in, and then I've got this one which I've actually put 2 in 1. So, and then I've opened this up, I've tied a little piece of cotton to this on here like that, so it just goes round, just glued it round, and then I've put 2 together. So I've actually glued these 2 pages together. Oops, these 2 here like that, glue those together so it's a bigger book, and it will still fit in the cover, just fits in the cover nicely, which is lovely. And I've got one of my little vintage ladies. I've got 2 covers on this one. Well, I put one on the thing, and then I just cut one in half, cut a little hole out in there with my little hole punch, and put one of my little vintage ladies behind, and then one of my tabs. So I thought that looked really lovely. So there we go, guys, that's what I have done so far, and I think they are great to go into journals. Now I've already cut them out. I've just printed them on really cheap photocopy paper or printer paper, which is, I think it's probably 80 or 90 GSM. So don't print it on anything too fancy, because when you fold them, you want them to be quite thin. You don't want thick paper on there. So what I'm going to do, really simple, make sure I'm in shot here. All as I'm doing is folding them over. Let's do it this way, just fold it over like that, so you're a level on there. Turn it over, just fold it so you are in line with the little lines there. We've put little lines on there to make it easier so you know where to fold. And then just concertina it up. Really, really simple. Like this. And then you just embellish them however you like. Really simple. I'll show you how to put the little lines in. So you can pretend you've got like lined paper in there. So that's our little concertina. Really simple to do. Now I think I probably folded it the wrong way. So we need to fold it this way. So just go over again. That way we need to do it because these two end bits need to stick to the end pages. I'm going to concertina the green one up as well. So let's just bend that like that. Really simple, easy to cut out as well. So you've just, because they're just all straight, you can just get your little cutter out and just cut them really, really simple. So no real fussy cutting today. Just fold them up like that. And I do like the little end pages. They look like the little nice little inside cover pages, don't they? Pop that on there. Perfect. So that's that done. And then we've got the two little covers like this. So we've got the little purple one. Make sure you fold it properly. And this one. So that's about it. I will ink them up because I do think they look nice inked up a little bit. And because the covers are just a little bit bigger, I've just inked around the edges of them as well. So I'm going to first show you. Let me take my piece of inky paper so we can ink them. I'm just going to show you as well how to put the little lines on. I'm going to do it on the green one because we've got them on the purple one. All I've done, I've taken a lid of my distress, one of my distress inks. I've got some stays on here. And anything that's got like a little flat edge, but these just fit, and I've just used it as like a little stamp. So I've just stamped a little line down here like that. So it looks like we've got little bits of lined paper on there. So I've just done them alternate on here. So they're just enough room. We've still got enough room to do some journaling on here and pop it in there. So it's like a little bit of secret journaling, isn't it? On these little books. So just take, it's just one of these little tiny ink pads, but you can use whatever you've got. You could probably use even like the end of a ruler as well. I did have a plastic ruler here somewhere. If you had a smaller one, you could just dip that in and just go down the edge. So anything with sort of like a little flat edge, and then it gives you like a little bit of writing paper, which is nice, isn't it? So let's ink these up. Take this one, which is again the vintage photo. So let me just go down here, just ink it so it looks old. Now the colours I've used do go with the journal covers, with all the bits and pieces of the fabulous floral garden papers, and the one that we did last week, the nice big one. Oh, I don't need to do the back. They all go together, so it's sort of like the same colours. I will show you just to see here. This is the one that I made last week, the last one I did. So look, I've got the colours, so it's got the greens and the purple, so they would fit in if you made one of these, or the little pocket. They fit in there lovely like that, and I just think they look really nice. A lovely little addition to any of your pocket packs or journals or anything like that. So that's the one which was the Friday freebie last week, and these go lovely. The colours go really, really well. So I'm loving that. So I try to mix and match, but again, obviously you don't have to use them in that. But I think the next few weeks I'm just going to do some random Friday freebies for you, and then we will be back to doing a new calendar journal cover. So I've got to do that one for June, July and August. So that's that. Let's do these two here. Just do the outside of these a little bit, just so they've got a little bit of colour, and again on the inside. So obviously you don't have to ink them if you don't want to, and ink them with whatever colour you like. So I'm just going to do that one, inside of this one, and then we're done. Nice and easy, and then it will cover up, if you haven't cut it out properly, it will cover up those little white lines. Okay, so let's take this out of the way. I've got these. Which one should we do? Should we do the green one first? Now I'm going to, what we need to do, we need to glue these two pages together, these two and these two, so that will be our pages. So let's turn that over. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on this one and then just squash that together like that. So that page is stuck together. Then we want to stick this page, just need a little bit of glue. Pop that together, and then this one, and then pop that together. Squash them down, and that's your little booklet like that. So it's really easy to do. And then all as we're going to do is take this and pop it inside like that, and then we've got our little book. So we will glue this one on there, pop that in, stick that down, and then go round to the other one, and like that, a little bit of glue on there, take it and then just stick it on, make sure it's sort of level, and there we go, we have our lovely little book. So you can have it with the little lines on that way or up that way, and you can have it like that. So again, you can pop anything in here. You can put little photographs in here, do a little bit of journaling, and then put little pictures or whatever you want on them, but I just think they are gorgeous. So let me do that again, and then we can just do the front. So I'm going to just glue this bit. So it's these two that we need to stick together like that. Turn it over, glue these two together like this, and then just glue those two together. That's perfect. And then we've got our lovely little book. Loving the purple. So you can see this one's a bit lighter to the back one. It's not too different each page, but I just think it looks really, really nice. And then we're going to glue onto here. Now again, if you wanted to sandwich in a little bit of cheesecloth on that for now, pop it onto this bit, glue it onto this bit, and then stick that onto there, and then you will have your little cheesecloth or fabric or whatever you want to put sandwich in between. So let's just pop a little bit of glue on there. Whoops, that wasn't a little bit, that was quite a lot. Then we'll just take that, pop that on there, turn it over, a little bit on there. Because the paper's quite thin, a little bit of glue stick works really well. And there we go, just fold that up nicely. And then we have our other little, we haven't got so much glue on there, another little one here. Aren't they lovely? Really, really cute. So shall we decorate them? Now I've got a few little bits and pieces here. Now to do the cover like this, I've got an extra one. Maybe I'll show you how I did this one on here. So I've got an extra little cover, so I'm just going to tear that in half. Now we want it just a little bit smaller, So I'm going to just cut it down just a little bit, just so it fits on there a little bit better. So it sort of like fits in the middly bit, like that. I'm going to ink around the outside, and then we want to just punch a little hole in the middle, like this, like that. Now I'm going to use my little punch here, which is 3/4 of an inch. Now I need to take an extra bit of paper because this is quite thin. So if I put a piece of paper behind, it's easier to punch. Now I'm going to just tiny bit of glue to stick that on there, just to hold it in place so it doesn't move around. I'm going to take my little cutty on there, take that off like that. Didn't cut very well, but that's okay. Then that goes on there, so I'm going to put a little bit of ink just round the edges like this. You could probably do it a little bit neater than me, just like that. Let's take this little lady, and that will just, can you see her little face just in there like that? And I just think these look lovely. So I'm going to just glue it on, and then we can just cut around it. So I'm just going to use a little bit of tacky glue for this one, just around there. Here. Oops. Pop her little face in there, so that looks good, doesn't it? And then we'll just chop the little bits off that we don't need, like that. Let's just ink a little bit more, just there. Right, so I know a little book, so that will just stick on there like that, which I think looks lovely. Now you can pop a little bit, like I did on this one, a little bit of thread or something that you want around the outside. I won't do that on this one because I don't have any with me there. So let's just glue this on like this. Oops. Little bit of glue. I just think that looks lovely, doesn't it? Perfect. Love it. So that's that. So have we got any words that would go with this? We could have friends, couldn't we, on there, all green. Let's have a look. We could have a little one on there that says friends. Let's just ink around it. Maybe I will have, shall we have a little bit of cheesecloth or something underneath? Got a little bit here. Just stick a bit of this on. Where's my glue? Sticky old glue. It got stuck to my fingers. A bit. Scrunch that on like that. Oops. Now I like these little books because we do, like I said before, we like little mini things, don't we? That can just go on there like that. Isn't that just so cute? Take that little long bit off, we don't need you on there. Sticky fingers. There we go, and look at that. Isn't that lovely? Can you pop that into a little bit of Happy Mail? Would be lovely, wouldn't it? Isn't that just gorgeous? So what shall we pop? We've got the green one to do now. What shall we have it? Shall we have it this way round? What shall we have on here? I've got this one, which is taking a walk down memory lane, which fits absolutely perfect, doesn't it? Or we could have the little lotus flower on there. Oh, I like that one. That looks nice, doesn't it? I quite like that. Just as it is, I think. Just ink round here. I've also got this one, which is one of my, don't forget, when you've got like journaling cards, let's have a look. What have I got here? I've got my little journaling cards and things like that here. Don't forget, you can cut out your rose here like that, so you've got more, and then you could put a little rose on there. Use things when you've got little cards. So you've got the little bird, you could cut the little bird out. These little flowers on here. I must use these journaling cards a bit more because I love them. So do you know what I mean? So you could don't forget that you can actually cut these little bits out as well. So that gives you a lot more to use when you're doing things. Like this one here, you could just cut this out. So this was on a bigger one. Oh, I quite like that actually. That looks nice, doesn't it? Maybe we'll go for you instead. On there. Shall we have, what's this piece? Is that too big? Oh, that's a bit big. Actually, it's not too bad. Let me just cut a little bit off. And fray that end. Just take these little bits out like that. Just make it just, that's a bit better. Just a little bit smaller. Stick that on. There we go. Put the little flower on the top. Like that. So how easy, look at that. That looks really lovely, doesn't it? So you could pop a little bit of stickles wherever my stickles is. I don't know, there it is. Let's add a little bit of sparkle. There we go, just a little bit, just around the leaves, the little petals. And look at that, doesn't that look so pretty? Beautiful. So there we go, guys. That is your Friday freebie for this week, and there are lots and lots of ways to decorate them, but this is just a few ideas. Look at that. I've made lots now, so I think they just look absolutely gorgeous, and I hope you do too. Make sure you can see I've just stuck my finger in the stickles. But there we go, guys. That is your Friday freebie for this week. This is what you will get. And don't forget, just print it onto some cheap paper, any of your printer paper, because again, we just fold it up, and you don't want it to be too thick. But I'm just loving them. Aren't they just gorgeous? So I can't wait to see what you pop on the front of yours. So please do post them in the Facebook group. If you're not on Facebook, these won't be available for the next month on the other on my Etsy shop, because we just need to build up the next 4 weeks of Friday freebies, but they are all ready for you to download on Facebook this morning. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic weekend. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.